Hello and welcome to X97 Racing this evening here in Saturday tier for round number 3 here in Season 8. Before we get started, please welcome to the Saturday tier stream. But before we get started, here are your standings after Bahrain last week. It's Elias McIntyre at the top of the table in the Aston Martin. It's Anate in P2 in the Red Bull. Callum in P3 in the Ferrari. Epic, Elias's teammate in the other Aston Martin in P4. Sticky in P5 in the Alfa Romeo. 12 Virgin P6 in the Haas. Nike Snack is P number 7 in the AlphaTauri. Shadow P8 in the Mercedes. Chuck Norris P10 in the Alpine. Pikachu in the Ferrari in P10, Field Volcano in P11, who is in the AlphaTauri. Other Whistle in the Mercedes is in P12, Rev Rob in P13 in the Williams, Jelly is in P14 in the Williams, Floydie is in P16 in the Alfa Romeo. P15, I don't know who that is, the other Red Bull. P17 is Neo CCFC in the Alpine. The two McLarens of Madman and Maxi in P18 and 19, and DJCJ46 is in the Haas at the bottom. Obviously, it is our first sprint race of the season this evening, so the sprint race format is like this. The sprint race, there is no qualifying. It goes off the order of the standings, and then we go straight into the 32 laps race, 11 laps of the sprint race. Before we get started now, I will want to share some facts with you about the Imola circuit. The actual name of the track is the Autodromo Internazionale Enzo Dino Ferrari circuit. The lap record is a 1:15.484 set by Lewis Hamilton in 2020. The track distance 4.909 kilometers or 3.05 miles. Most wins here. Michael Schumacher has the most wins around this track. He also has the most led laps here. 17 wins for Michael Schumacher. The construction began in 1950 on this track. In 1952, F1 World Champion Alberto Ascari became the first driver to ever complete a lap in a Ferrari. He did the lap as a trial to see if it could ever enter Formula 1. In 1980, Imola took place on the F1 calendar for the first time ever. This track is built of 19 corners, 10 to the left and 9 to the right. In 2001, Pab Montoya and Jarno Trulli went wheel to wheel through the Tambola turns, the turn 2, 3 and 4 chicane. The tyres then soft compound tyre, the medium compound tyre and the hard compound tyre. Obviously, softs are the mediums, the softs are the fastest, the hards are the long lasting, and the mediums are the balanced. The medium tyre is around 6/10 slower than the softs per lap. The hards are around 1.1 seconds slower than the softs per lap here at the Autodromo Internazionale Enzo Dino Ferrari circuit. But yeah, that is it from me. The race will start shortly. If you guys join us, welcome to X97 Racing. We'll be with you shortly. We will be getting going in a moment. We are just waiting for the track layout to begin. It will be coming very, very shortly. Here is your grid for tonight. As you can see, the teams there as well. Some reserves in tonight. Banter there in the AlphaTauri tonight. But this is my first time commentating X97 racing, so we're going to figure out what it's all about tonight. This is where it starts. X97 racing for round number 3. The first sprint race of the season is about to get underway here in X97 racing. Here, one moment, right outside. Here in X97 racing, we are minutes away from the start. This is what we've all been waiting for then, the sprint race. Oh, looking forward to this one. If you guys join us, welcome. Then, Mint Elephant, thank you for the follow there. As I do actually need to edit something quickly before the start. Trying to remember where it's at. Here we go. Yeah, we are minutes away from the start. We're gonna ready up in a minute, I think. Yeah, we are getting ready to go, as I am trying to do something quickly, but it's not working at the moment. Hold on. I don't know if there's a formation lap on this start. We are gonna find out. Luckily, no one's readied up just yet. As now we are getting ready. There is a formation lap, so let's have a look at the tyres then for this 11 lap sprint race as we do get ready. So Toxic has gone for the soft compound tyres. Madman all the way down to Chuck Norris on the medium. Shadow has gone on the softs as well. Nike Snack all the way down to Epic French here on the mediums. Callum on the softs. Leon is on the mediums, and Anate and Panther on the softs. We'll leave that there for a moment as we do get ready for the start. Good luck to all the drivers. As I've just told them that in the actual Discord. But yeah, 18 drivers start this sprint race. As let's actually quickly have a look at the settings of. So we know the weekend structure. It's the long. The simulation settings, standard car damage, yep. Okay, that's all I wanted to know. And the rules and flags, obviously, with the safety cars. Red flags are standard, safety cars are standard. Strict, yep. We got it all. The assist restrictions. Okay. We are ready to go here this evening. Here at nearly 6:15 to start this sprint race. This is live. Well, obviously it's live. Why won't it be live? Let me know who is here. I would like to know. As we are ready, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights on. It's lights out, and it's pedal to the metal, and it's go, go, go here in the sprint race. As it's a good start for Strike Moist there. Here, position changes, there's damage towards the back. Drivers going off the track, going up into turn 1. I think that Haas, on board with a Haas already here, Senor Ghosts. I think he does have damage. As there's a yellow flag in sector 1, the Haas doesn't look to have damage. He doesn't. Which drivers do have damage then? Going up the hill into turn number 4. No, that's turn number 5, sorry. No, turn number 6. It's... Right, okay. Piquet currently going to have to try and defend as Senor Ghosts on board with his Haas behind the Mercedes. Going up the hill now. The Mercedes runs wide and that invites the Haas into P number 5. Here on lap number 1, there's a car gone off the track. That is Sticky at the back in that Alfa Romeo. There's a yellow flag here at the start of sector 3. Is Banter and Ianarte in a wheel-to-wheel. Toxic with a 119.8 to kick things off. Here, we're going to see who's got damage when they make their way into the pits. It's going to be Leon. I think he's got full wing damage there. Yeah, he does, so he's going to get that wing repaired. Yellow flag. Madman is out of the session, and there's a safety car. Here on lap number 2. There's a safety car in the sprint race. That's Madman, who falls to the back now. He will start last in the 32-lapped race. Obviously, the top 8 only receive the points. So Toxic currently getting 8 points. Straight currently getting 7. Pika currently getting 6. Etche currently getting 5. Mantis getting 4. Speedy getting 3. 12 Urchin getting 2. And Chuck Norris getting 1. The owner of the league, Callum, currently in P number 10. Here in the sprint race. But if you are interested in the Premier League football while we're under the safety car in the Premier League, coming up to half time, then it's Bournemouth 0, Newcastle United 0. 6 minutes of stoppage time in the 46th minute now, so they'll play until the 51st. But we'll tell you the other scores from earlier on in the Premier League as well, if you didn't know. Finished Wolverhampton Wanderers 2, Tottenham Hotspur 1 after Wolves scored 2 late goals. It finished Arsenal 3, Burnley 1 with Arsenal getting a red card. Finished Crystal Palace 2, Everton 3, Man United 1, Luton Town 0 in the Championship. Finished Sunderland 3, Birmingham 1, Cardiff 2, Norwich 3, Coventry 0, Stoke 0, Hull 1, Huddersfield 0, Ipswich 3, Swansea 2, who had a red card, Swansea, Leeds 2, Plymouth 1, Middlesbrough 1, Leicester 0, QPR 0, Bristol 0, Sheffield Wednesday 0, Millwall 4, Southampton 2, West Brom 1, and Watford 5, Rotherham 0. In League 1 it finished Peterborough 5, Cambridge 0, Bolton 1, Blackpool 0, Carlisle 0, Bristol Rovers 1, and Bristol had a red card, Cheltenham 1, Wigan 1, Derby 3, Barnsley 0, Fleetwood 3, Exeter 0, Leyton Orient 2, Oxford 3, Lincoln 1, Port Vale 1, Northampton 2, Burton 0, Portsmouth 2, Charlton 2, Shrewsbury 3, Reading 2, Wickham 0, and Stevenage 1. And in League 2 it finished AFC Wimbledon 2, Doncaster 0, Wimbledon had 2 red cards, Bradford City 1, Barrow AFC 2, Colchester 1, Sutton 1, Crawley 3, Accrington 1, who had a red card, Crewe 1, Notts County 0, Grimsby 3, Morecambe 2, Newport County 0, MK Dons 0, Salford City 1, Mansfield Town 2, Swindon Town 2, Stockport County 4, Tranmere Rovers 3, Forest Green 0, and they had a red card, Forest Green, Walsall 0, Harrogate Town 1, and Wrexham 2, Gillingham 0. Here on lap number 4 now. But and this is the final one before we get back to the racing. It's in the National League. It finished Fylde 0, York City 2, Aldershot 1, Kidderminster 0, Altrincham 2, Southend 0, Borehamwood 1, Bromley 1, and Borehamwood had a red card, Chesterfield 4, Barnet 2, Gateshead 6, Dorking 0, Hartlepool 2, Ebbsfleet Town 2, Maidenhead 1, Halifax 0, and Maidenhead had a red card, Oldham 1, and Eastleigh 1, Oxford City 3, Woking 2, Wealdstone 3, Rochdale 2, and coming up to half time with 2 minutes of stoppage time. It will be half time in a moment as they have actually just scored. Solihull Moors, it's Dagenham Red Dagenham and Redbridge 1. Solihull Moors coming up to half time 1. That's your football for you. As we just talk about that, wow, we are waiting for this safety car to come back in. Obviously at the weekend, well, obviously last weekend just gone, safety car coming in this lap. It was the Brazilian Grand Prix, the sprint race. Max Verstappen did come out on top. And then on Sunday, the actual race as well, Max Verstappen did come out on top again. The DNS were George Russell, Valtteri Bottas, Zhou Guanyu, Kevin Magnussen, Alex Albon and Charles Leclerc, as he did not start. But we are ready for pedal to the metal for the second time of this Grand Prix here on lap number 4 of 11 in the sprint race. As Toxic will be the one to decide when we get going again. And it's pedal to the metal for the second time of this Grand Prix. As it's a great launch for some of the drivers. One of them, including Toxic, further down the grid, Epic Frenchie, has just made the move on Chuck Norris. Now the AlphaTauri, the Mercedes of Shadow has to try and defend off the AlphaTauri of Banter, and then the AlphaTauri of Mike on board with LT Banter then. As he spins it, Banter has spun it, coming out of the chicane. That sees him go down into P number 17, but it's not done there. On board with the other AlphaTauri now going up the inside of the Mercedes. There's contact. The Mercedes is forced wide, going 3 wide. Shadow loses more positions. It's a 5-car train going up into the chicane as the Haas and the Mercedes now try and battle it out through the chicane. Up the gears. They go wheel to wheel. The Haas and the Mercedes. The Haas will have the inside line here of Senor Ghosts, and he makes his way into P number 13. Strake has just gone a 118.4 on the medium compounder tyres. Speed and Ollie are going wheel to wheel. It's Williams versus Mercedes into turn number 1. Speedy has made his way up now. It's on obviously equal performance for the league. As there's a yellow flag, and it's Shadow who is out in its safety car number 2 of this sprint race here on lap number 6. It's the second safety car. So Moist now does have the lead of this Grand Prix. So 2 drivers are out. As O'Sticky does have a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane here on lap number 7. So obviously now in the National League it is half time between Dagenham and Reds. Dagenham and Redbridge in the National, between Dagenham and Redbridge and Solihull Moors in the National League round 19. It is now half time, and it's currently Dagenham and Redbridge 1, Solihull Moors 1. In League 1, it finished Remies 0, PSG 3 earlier on today. In the Bundesliga, it finished Augsburg 1, Hoffenheim 1, Bayern Munich 4, Heidenheim 2, Darmstadt 0, Mainz 0, Stuttgart 1, Dortmund 1, and it's currently half time between Bochum and Cologne. It's Cologne, sorry. It's Bochum 1, FC Cologne 0. In Serie A, it finished Nice 2, AC Milan 2. In the 68th minute, coming up to the 67th minute now, it's Juventus 1, Calgary 0. In La Liga, it finished Real Valencia 1, Girona 2, Almeida 1, Real Sociedad 3, Granada 1, Getafe 1, and that's half time, but the Granada Getafe game 1-1, and Osasuna 0, Las Palmas 0, and Real Madrid vs Valencia is at 8 PM. As the safety car should be coming in at the end of the lap. Not really much to talk about so far. Obviously, some of the drivers showing some really good pace. Well, should I say they are showing really good pace, these drivers. As it should be coming in again at the end of this lap. So, Moist at the top, Toxic is in P2, Piquet in P3, Mantis P4, Etcheoli P5, Speedy P6, 12 in P7, Epic Frenchie P8, who picks up them final points, Chuck Norris P9, Nike Snack P10, Leon P11, Callum P12, Senor Ghosts P13, Inate P14, Banter P15, and Oh Sticky Icky is in P16 as the safety car will make its way back in at the end of the lap. So Moist Strike will decide when to go pedal to the metal fully. It will be after this corner. It's going to go pedal to the metal, and it's go for the third time of this sprint race, going on to lap number 9 of 11. Here we go. 12 Urchin could be on the back of Speedy, split off the start, both using the ERS. The Haas versus the Williams. The Williams using a lot more ERS than the Haas, going down into turn number 1. As the Red Bull is going to try and defend off Callum here on board with the league owner in the Ferrari. Shadow and Madman both standing at the back for this Grand Prix. We're still waiting to see who will get pole position off the back of this sprint race. Piquet is going wheel to wheel with Toxic going into the chicane. Toxic defends well, but he has gone off the track a little bit there, and he has gained 7 tenths. But the mediums starting to pay dividends in the sprint race. Yellow flag is sector 3. It's Chuck Norris. What has happened to him? Senor Ghosts, 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. Chuck Norris has retired from the session. Moist goes at 117.6 on this medium compound tyre. Zanate and Epic Frenchie in a battle, going through number 1, 2 and 3. Yellow flag again, it's Callum this time. He's round. This is a brilliant overshot view of Anate and Epic Frenchie going down the hill. Toxic with a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. On board with... Oh, there's contact. And it's big contact. It sends... Oh, sticking into the wall. And he's retired. It's Senor Ghosts and Epic Frenchie now. And Osticky's left the session. Epic Frenchie does have the outside line. DRS has been enabled for the final lap of the sprint race. Obviously only one DRS zone, so it may not be a lot of help, as Toxic is going to try and get the overtake on Pica, but he does have a 3-second penalty. Etche there as well, as Strike has a 2.9 second lead over Pica. Now a 3-second lead there, as Inate could still battle with Speedy Spud for the final sprint race points. This is the fight, as there's a Mercedes of Etche. Inate is into the points. Senor Ghost with the fastest Sector 2. As Strike is going to come home to finish here in the sprint race. He takes pole position for the actual race, and he gets maximum points as well. Piquet finishes in P2, Mantis finishes P3, Toxic finishes P4, 12 Urchin P5, Nikes Snack P6, Speedy Spud P7, Inate P8, Leon P9, Senor Ghost, who gets the fastest lap as well, finishes P10. Hold on. But that's all I can tell you for now, because I didn't see the rest of it. Nikes Snack is driver of the day for the sprint. So Epic Frenchie is in P11, Etche Ollie is in P12, Banter P13, Callum P14, Osticky P15, Chuck Norris P16. Chuck Norris P16, Shadow P17, and Madman is P18. The race of 32 laps here in Imola is coming up next. So we are ready for this race. The tyres, no, they are. You can have a look at them for a moment. Sorry about that. You can have a look at them for a moment. Well, I set this all up. So Strike Moist is on the hards, Pika on the mediums, Mantis on the softs, Toxic, Speedy, Leon, Banter, Callum on the hards as well. On the softs is Nike, Sack, Ianate, Senor Ghosts, Ollie, Sticky, Norris and Maxi. And on the mediums it is 12 Urchin, Epic, Pika, Shadow and Madman. On the softs, we are ready for this 32 lap race. We hope all the drivers are the drivers are ready. I'm ready. We are ready. We hope you are ready for this one. X97 Racing, round number 3, the actual race for 5 lights on. It's lights on, it's pedal to the metal, and it's go, go, go. Here in Imola, early on, Callum gets a brilliant start, already heading up a position or two. Maxi as well towards the back. He's gone up 4 positions, leading into turn number 1. Speedy has lost 5. Senor Ghosts has gone up 4 positions. Early on. Here, the race strategies then. The one stop, the softs to the mediums, and the mediums to the hards are the options. As Callum, side by side with the Mercedes then. As the Mercedes runs wide, Callum has an opening. Obviously, there's almost contact. Is there contact? There is. Ollie into the barriers. He's remained to continue. Is there any damage? Gonna look at that in a moment. There isn't any damage. He is just towards the back. Well, he is at the back now. Out of 19 drivers, as Maxi now is here. Pika, 2 tenths behind Mantis, who's currently in P2 in the McLaren. Strike takes fastest lap with a 120. The speed difference between the McLaren and the Mercedes on the softs versus the mediums as well proves dividends. As Pika's back up into P number 2. Maxi 1 tenth behind Banter now. Softs versus hards. Softs should win. A 0.6 to 1.1 second gap difference between the two. And how quick they are. Maxi with a brilliant corner. There's contact. Possible race strategies: the softs to the mediums on lap 13 or 15, or the mediums to hards on lap 15 to 17. That's what you should be doing anyway. Chuck, this is a battle for P number 12. Obviously the top 10 get points. Battle for P12. As Maxi, brilliant overtake there. As it drags drivers wide as well. As Sticky isn't actually here anymore, he's ghosted, so the fastest lap on 117.6. DRS has been enabled. Obviously only one DRS on this track. As the hards versus the mediums, it's Callum versus Epic. It's Callum, the league owner, with the overtake, the number 97. The original founder of X97 Racing takes P number 10. As Strike has a 1.1 second gap, Shadow has a 3 second time penalty for multiple warnings there. As Nike Esnak is 3 tenths behind. Toxic here, going up the hill. towards the back. Two ghosts battling out there. As this is a battle for the lead here in Imola. It's a lovely overshot of Strike and Pika battling out the hards versus the mediums. The mediums should win. Toxic with a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. The yellow flag. Ollie is out, and there we go. The first safety car's out. Here on lap number 4 of 32, and Ollie has left the server as well. Sticky also left the server, so they probably will not return. See. The racing as people do head into the pits. Maxi is meant to be actually racing in the McLaren. Speedy Spud obviously reserving the Williams. Mantas should be reserving in the AlphaTauri. Banter in the AlphaTauri there. And so is Nike Airsack. So don't know what's happened there. So here on lap number 5 of 32, Strike has kept position, so has Pika, so has 12 Urchin. The rest of the drivers have either gained or lost position. As next, here in X97 Racing on Tuesday. In Tuesday tier, coming up, it is on the 14th of November, X97 Racing heads to Spain. And that will start at 7 o'clock British Standard Time. As I'm actually going to watch Epic Frenchie here, because Callum's put something in discard. 12 Urchins left the session. I'm going to see if I've got him, because if I do, I'll invite him back. But I don't know if I actually do or not. Nope, I don't. As we do have to obviously wait for all the drivers to catch back up to start to restart the race. Of 32 laps obviously. Hold on. Moment. Try and get to that comment if I can see it. I'll have to go blue screen for a moment to see this one because it's not coming up on the Twitch. Oh, sorry for bothering you. Oh, it's one of them scam things, that'll be why. Yeah, it's a scam thing. Unknown user Conqueror, brother, I can't see your name. Velvety Common, thank you for the follows. Velvety Commenton is the one who actually, if you can tell us, sorry for bothering, I wanna. Nah, I don't want that. I'm gonna remove. I'm actually gonna ban him because I don't want him. When there's when there's scammers like that, I don't want them in. The safety car is coming in at the end of the lap then. So Strike will be the one to restart. Leon gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Almost an hour into X97 racing, 5 minutes away from an hour into round number 3 of season 8 here in Saturday as it's pedal to the metal and it's go, go, go. Strike with a brilliant start off the restart, getting a 3/10 gap over Piquet early on towards P number 9. Oh, it's an AI bot, we're not even going to watch it. As Speedy Spud has gone into the pits at the end. Is he getting a new front wing? He is getting a new front wing and he's going to go onto the soft compound tyres. I was going to say is Chuck Norris and Snicky go into a battle, but it's 2 AIs, so there's no point in watching it. Yanate, there, yellow flag in sector 2, and it's Mantis. Mantis there. He's just gone into the wall as we are watching him. So Callum, currently P number 6. Looking to try and get over 12 Urchin to try and get into P number 5. Nike Esnat gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Callum does make his way into P number 5. As it's a battle for P1 between the Ferrari and the Aston Martin. Callum gone up 9 positions looking for a podium place. Obviously it's round number 3. Bahrain did get... No, Bahrain was last week. Australia got postponed. So really it's round number 2. So Australia was postponed. But last week Ellis, who isn't here tonight, came first. Callum did come P5 where he is right now. And Ate came P3, he's P4 right now. Yeah. Banter, 3-second penalty. Multiple warnings, and I forgot to mention the constructors will do this. As you can watch, it's balance. Aston Martin at the top, Ferrari in P2, Red Bull P3, Mercedes P4, Alfa Romeo P5, Haas P6, AlphaTauri P7, McLaren P8, Williams P9, and Alpine in P10. There you go. DRS has been enabled once again on board with Piquet. He is using that ERS. So is the Aston Martin. Piquet versus Strike. Going into turn number 1. They're keeping it clean. There's almost contact. They've kept it very clean. Going through the chicane. And Piquet going to try and make his way around the outside. Now going into turn number 4 and number 5. Yellow flag. as actually when Pika went ran wide there, it's invited Toxic in, and Toxic's now in P2. Maxi goes through into P number 12 as Leon and Madman now, they're going to go almost wheel to wheel. Madman runs wide on board with the McLaren. As you can see behind there as well, it's Maxi who's trying to gain on the McLaren to try and go up into P number 11. Madman, another 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. Let's have a look at the time penalties. It's Toxic with a 3 seconds, Inate with a 3 seconds, Senor Ghost with a 3 second, Epic French with a 5 second, Nike Snack and Leon with 3 seconds, Madman with 6 seconds, Shadow with 3 seconds, and Banter with 6 seconds. As the Red Bull now, there's a yellow flag in sector 1, that is the Haas, and there's a virtual safety car this time. It's 12 Urchin who's lost his front wing. No full safety car, luckily for that, because as soon as this virtual safety car does go, DRS does get enabled once again. Nice. Nike Snack has retired from the session. Someone's gone through the barrier thing. As obviously we just now have to wait. But it could all be tight coming up from the front. 20 laps to go. And the Grand Prix. Virtual safety car still out. As we wait for it to go in. It's pedal to the metal and it's go, go, go once again. Mantas gets a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car. Well, for speeding under the virtual safety car, Pika looking to try and gain and get back up into P2. Toxic at the moment is in P1, straight now P2. We've seen before, earlier in this race, Pika and Strike battling it out, kept it very clean. Are they going to do it again here to battle for P2 this time? This race is containing a lot of excitement. How many drivers have got penalties? There's a lot. Strike, Pika, Callum, Maxi, 12 Urchin, Speedy Spud, the only ones to not get penalties. As Callum is a second behind, just under 2 seconds behind his teammate. Banter with a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Senor Ghosts now gets up into P number 4 and is 2 seconds behind Pika. Callum back down to P number 5. Maxi is climbing his way up the grid. He's now in P8. How many positions has Maxi gone up? He's gone up 11 positions in 13 laps there. For Maxi, it's a brilliant race for him so far. As we look behind the Alpine, Madman is there. As Inate and Mansus battling out for P14. But back up towards the top, it's 7/10 between P number 1 and P number 3. It's now just over a second. But it is all tight at the top. Going on to lap number 14 of 32. Senor Ghosts with a 117.5. As we watch this battle still. Maxi receives the penalty of 3 seconds now. Epic Frenchie's made his way up into P number 7 as Senor Ghosts and Pika now very, very close to each other. On board with the Haas, who's on the hard compound tyre. Pika nearly loses the rear end. He saved it well. In fact, battling for P number 3 as 3 tenths the gap between Strike and Toxic, 4 tenths the gap between Strike and Pika. Mantas gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Banter gets a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings as Mantas has retired in the pits. Then on lap number 15 of 32, his race has come to an end. Pika currently in P3, 2 tenths behind Strike, battling it for P2. There's like a second between the top 4 as Senor Ghosts has made his way into the pits, going on to lap number 16 as this invites Callum back onto the podium as Mantas now gets overlapped, but obviously it's the AI bot, so that will move out the way, park and retire. Pika 2 tenths behind Toxic, 3 tenths behind Strike, who's now back at the top as there's 16 laps to go of this Grand Prix. Over an hour, we're about an hour and 2 minutes or so, and no, an hour and 6 minutes into X97 racing this evening in Saturday to Imola, round number 3 in season 8. But it is all close at the moment. Towards the top, Chuck Norris has made his way into P number 14. Pika now gets the overtake on Strike. He's up into P1 as drivers now stand in box. Toxic and Callum have both boxed. Leon has stayed out. He's now made his way into P3. But these two have pedalled it out non-stop from start. Well, from the start to now. It is brilliant here. This is what it's all about. This is what F123 is about, isn't it? This is what X97 racing is about. It's always fun here at X9. Well, I can't say that yet because I haven't actually commentated X97 racing until tonight. as they stay out for longer. This is the main battle. As now there's a bit of a gap. Callum there. As now Strike has gone into the pits. Pika has decided to stay out for even longer here. No, sorry, I'm not actually commentating as much. I was trying to do something very quickly. It should be done in a moment now. Was Callum currently in P number 7. We are 6 followers away from 100. As Pika should make his way into the pits at the end of this lap, realistically. As the main battle is actually Senor Ghosts and Strike. At the moment. As Pika Pika, obviously there at the moment, may make his way into the pits at the end of this lap. As we watch this fight. We are actually now 1 hour 12 minutes into X97 racing, almost an hour and 13. As Pika is now in the pits, as we did say, so this is going to put him down a few positions. Callum, now P number 6. 11 laps to go at the Grand Prix. This evening, Senor Ghosts and Strike still in a battle. Strike now has a time penalty as well. That could be crucial coming into the final stages of the race. Banter gets another 3-second penalty. Pika, Callum, 12 Urchin, Chuck Norris, Sticky. All the ones without penalties been obviously Sticky. And then Chuck Norris are AI bots, so they just stay on the racing line at all times. So realistically, 12 Urchin, Callum and Pika, the only real drivers to not receive penalties. Tonight, let's actually have a look at the penalties. 3 seconds for Maxi, who's currently at the top, and Ianate as well, and Speedy, Ianate and Maxi, the ones with 3 seconds. Toxic, Strike, Senor Ghosts, the ones with 6 seconds. A 5-second penalty for Epic Frenchie. 15 seconds for Banter. 9 seconds for Madman and Leon, and 12 seconds for Shadow. Pit stops then. Maxi with 2 stops. Senor Ghost with 2 stops. Leon and Madman with 2 stops. And Speedy with 2 stops as well. The only driver to not have pit stopped yet is Shadow, who is now actually in the pit lane to make his one and only stop. He's actually leaving the pits now, and he's come out on the soft compound tyres for the final 10 laps of this race. As there we go, he's out of the pits. And how far behind is he from the driver ahead? 18 seconds is the gap between him and Banter. Banter on the mediums, and they will be a bit worn now as well. Piquet 3 tenths behind. He is on the soft tyres. Senor Ghosts on the medium tyres. It is all getting to them final stages of the race where the excitement starts to come even more. Pika is in P number 4 at the moment. Even though he has said in Discord that his setup is horrible, still doing pretty good. Considering he said that, being in X97 racing since the 27th of June 2021. He's now up into P3. And now trying to chase down. At the moment he does have the race victory, in fact, because of the penalties though. And he's like 6 seconds clear. Twelve Urchin does not have a penalty. Shadow currently 20 seconds behind Speedy Spud. Maxi now down into P2. But Pika could be the winner of this race. 7 laps to go of the Grand Prix. It's felt like it's gone very quick, in fact, as Piquet is going to go up the inside of Maxi. He does get up the inside of Maxi, and he's up into P2 in the Premier League now. In the 83rd minute, it's currently Bournemouth 2, Newcastle United 0. Dominic Solanke getting the goal in the 60th and the 73rd minute. And that would send Newcastle in. That would put Newcastle in 7th where they were anyway. It puts Bournemouth out of the relegation zone, heading up into 17th place. In the National League, obviously it was Dagenham Redham versus Solihull Moors. It was 1-1 at half-time, as I said. Now in the 84th minute, it's Dagenham Redbridge. Sorry. It's Dagenham Redbridge 1, Solihull Moors 2. They scored in the 49th minute there. That is on TNT Sports. Piquet now at the top. It was a good overtake down the straight as well. He had DRS and he went round the outside of straight just before going into corner. In the Bundesliga, it's Bochum 1, Cologne 1 still. In the Liga, it's Granada 1, Getafe 1, and Osasuna 1, Las Palmas 1. In the Scottish Premiership, finished Dundee FC 4, St Mirren 0, Motherwell 1, Hearts 2, St Johnstone 1, Ross County 0, and Hibernian 1, Kilmarnock 0. As we're going to go on to lap 27 of 32, 5 laps to go of the Grand Prix. An hour and 20 minutes, almost an hour and 21 minutes into X97 racing action here this evening. On lap 23, Piquet currently has the lead. That is the closest battle besides Chuck Norris and Speedy. Obviously one of them being an AI bot though, so it probably won't be that interesting. As Epic Frenchie is going to pull into the pits, that puts Banter into P10. Toxic a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. Might as well watch this, as it is the closest battle, not including the AI bot of Chuck Norris. Obviously tonight as well on TNT Sports from 11 o'clock, it's UFC action. That is from 11 o'clock. British Standard Time. As we head to lap number 28, it's a battle between Senor Ghosts and Strike. Lap 29 of 32. As Peacock currently still at the top, Callum 7 tenths behind. Toxic, obviously, we're not including penalties. This would actually put Callum, including penalties, this would put Callum in P4. So lap 30 of 32. And it's been an interesting race. It's been a fun race to commentate as well. Peacock does look like the one to come out on top, but obviously still laps to go. Still 2 laps to go, so it's not over yet. A lap to go. As soon as he crossed that line, there is 1 lap to go. We are on lap 32. Of 32. It comes down to this peak at 3-second gap. Callum will still come in P3 at the moment, but he's going to hold on by 4 tenths of a second for the podium place. 3 tenths, 4 tenths again. It's going to be close as Pika comes across the line to win here in Imola. He wins the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. And he's back on the top here in X97 Racing. It's Senor Ghosts who finishes in P2. Callum finishes in P3. Strike finishes P4. Maxi will finish P5. Toxic finishes in P number 6. Leon finishes P number 7. Inate will come across next to finish in P number 8. So we're not done yet. Banter and Shadow have finished, as they did get overlapped. Inate comes across the line. He finishes in P number 8. Then Madman will come across next. He finishes P number 9. Speedy is going to come across next. But at the moment, he will finish in P number 12. Chuck Norris, the AI bot. He is going to come across the line to finish in P number 10. Speedy finishes... No, Sticky, the other AI bot, finishes P number 11. Speedy finishes P number 12. 12 Urchin will come across the line to finish in P number 13. But Epic French on track, but Epic French he will get that number P13. And 12 Urchin gets P number 14. Sticky and Chuck Norris will be removed from the standings, obviously, because of the airbots and because of leaving the X97 server. Senor Ghosts has left the server as well. Nike Air Snack has left. As well. But your race winner, Pikachu, Son Pikachu. After a brilliant race by Pika, an hour and 30 minutes has come to a close. The sprint race. Now it's pretty quick considering we had a sprint race. But yeah, that is it from me this evening. Pika finishes in P1. He gets 33 points this weekend here on Saturday, the 11th of October. No, the 11th of November. Remembrance Day, obviously. So yeah. But yeah, Pika gets 33 points, Strike gets 20, Senor Ghost gets 18, Callum gets 15, Toxic gets 13, Maxi gets 10, Mantis and Leon gets 6, Inate gets 5, 12 Urchin gets 4, Nike Snack gets 3, Speedy gets 2, Madman gets 1, 2 as well, and Chuck Norris gets 1. The rest of the drivers do not get any at all. But that is it from me this evening here in X97 Racing. What a race it was here in Saturday tier. If you do want to watch this race over again, please head to the YouTube. If you click on my Twitch profile, it will be under my follower amount. You just click on that and it'll take you to the YouTube. That yeah, go and show your support over there as well. But that is it from X97 Racing here this evening, here in Saturday tier, here at Imola, here in round number 3, the sprint race, season 8, round 3 comes to a close. See you next time.